Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Keyser. I spoke about those gas prices earlier. Guess what? You'll be seeing the fourth week of new fuel lows effective tomorrow. The cost of 87 gasoline will decrease by $1.75. 90 will be reduced by $1.73 per litre, with both categories selling for their lowest since January this year. Diesel and ultra-low sulfur diesel will decline by $4.50, the most which can be removed from any fuel category in any given week. That's the circuit breaker marker. Now, the subtraction will bring the fuel grades to their lowest ex-refinery rate since February last year. Kerosene will also fall by $4.50. Propane will sell for $3.01 less, while butane prices will decrease by $2.90. Of course, each gas station will make their own adjustments, and the prices offered typically include a markup on the ex-refinery rates. That's the rate published by Petrojam. So in the automobile industry, Jamaica could soon benefit from the duty-free importation of vehicles from Europe. While speaking at the EU Day celebrations, head of the European Union delegation to Jamaica, Ambassador Marian Van Steen, says this could be accomplished this year following advanced discussions and fine-tuning of agreements. Jamaica is set to benefit from the trade incentive as a party to the CARIFORUM EU Economic Partnership Agreement, EPA. The agreement was signed in 2008. Now, for Jamaica, the EPA has made it easier for people and businesses from the two regions to invest and trade with each other. Some news from Parliament. The Cabinet has approved the use of renewable energy sources to replace 171.5 megawatts of power capacity from old JPS power plants. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz gave the update in Parliament today during the sectoral debates. Now, Minister Vaz adds that Cabinet has also approved changes to the Electricity Act to make way for the new directive.
The current act would have meant that they would have had to change like for like, or a mixture, but they would not get back to the 171.5 if it was a mixture. So therefore, proactively, when that was raised with me, I immediately went to Cabinet to say that this is counter to what we are trying to do in terms of renewables. So we have to amend it because it would be ludicrous to replace like with like while we have a 50% renewable by 2030.
In the meantime, government is intensifying efforts to reduce electricity theft. 70% of electricity losses are due to theft.
Using technology, you can actually track. You can stay in JPS office and see when the operation takes place and see the meter go down. And within 3 hours of the operation being concluded, at great risk to life and property, not even police can go in some of these areas. You see it go right back up. And we have a political responsibility, all of us, especially in the areas that are being, to comprehensively deal with it, starting and setting the example by government.
To some other news now, a yacht owned by businessman Michael Lee Chin has reportedly been sold. Lifestyle website Luxury Launches is reporting that the vessel, which was initially bought at $300 million has been sold for a $62 million profit. The 6-decker luxury super yacht, delivered in 2021, was sold in a deal with Morgan Yacht and Ship, representing both the seller and the buyer. Now, Luxury Launches says it's been sold to Patrick TVJ, CEO of Green for Life Environmental GFL, a Canadian waste management company. The 43-year-old is also a former hockey goaltender. Now, the yacht is the latest asset let off by Lee Chin, who reportedly sold his stake in a local media company and also a medical firm. It was also recently reported that he has put his mansion in the Cayman Islands up for sale. To the foreign exchange market now, the US dollar is being sold for an average $155.50. $117.87 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. The average cost for the pound is $195.34, while it's costing an average $170.72 for the euro. The JSE index gained 438 points today, while the junior market index grew by 33 points. Among the winners were Margaritaville Turks, 138 Student Living Jamaica Variable Preference Shares, Lasco Distributors, JMMB Group 7% Variable Cumulative Redeemable Preference Shares, Epley Caribbean Property Fund SCC, while the losers were led by Epley 5% preference shares, Key Insurance, G West Corporation, Siboney Group, and Main Event Entertainment Group. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.